this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Hey, how's everybody doing? Feeling good today. David Abraham here. Just taking I got an impression to do a video, and you know, I don't, what's the word, prepare for doing any of these videos other than pondering and asking questions to source and the visions and dreams and the things that have happened to me that have helped me grow and learn and understand. Even as you view some of my older videos. Oh, I got to give you the date. It's about February 17th, 2023. But anyway, as you view my older videos, and I've got a couple of other channels where, and I did it for a reason like that, because I knew that things were changing, and I knew the energy was changing, and the knowledge that we're gaining from our spiritual experiences, asking the questions and asking for guidance in all things, you know. So as you ask these questions about life and what truth is, and you go forth and you put off all these blockers, I'm going to call them. Blockers are actually resistance to receiving truth. So when you have doubts in your mind, or you have your fixed set of beliefs, okay? That's the way I was brought up. That's what I was always thought. I feel good about it, you know, and so forth and so on. Well, you got to understand something. There's a lot you don't know. And what you don't know is what you don't know. So let's simplify it just a little bit. As you progress, now let me back up just a smidge. We're multidimensional beings, and we have great power. You know, Jesus taught it. No, you're gods, but he didn't go into detail how to accomplish it, other than setting an example for us to follow, which is love, and love your friend, your family. I mean, love your enemies as well as your friends, and that kind of thing is the groundwork. That's the basis for what you should be standing on. Okay, if you're not down here to this level yet, to where you have, you know, you don't hold, what's the word? Well, you just nothing bothers you. That's not. But anyway, the foundation of loving and hold no grudges against people for whatever reason, justified or not. Jesus did not hold I use Jesus as my example because he is the master. He showed us how it's done and all that sort of thing. But getting the foundation squared away, if you're not there yet, then you can't possibly receive the higher knowledge. And then the higher knowledge, you have to, it's kind of a stepping process. It has to be that way. We set it up that way knowing we would be ignorant, and our minds and our connection to source limited by our own desires and actions. I mean, not limited, we're constantly connected to source, whether we're in dark energy or light. We're constantly connected to source. What I mean is, gee whiz, I can't find the right word, but as we move through these paths and these choices, if you can imagine a massive pool table that has no bumpers and no pockets, but it's carpeted and smooth, and on there are identical balls, and you're in each one of those, but each one is slightly different, and sometimes it's not even noticeable to the naked eye if you was to view it with the naked eye. But if you can see that in vision after you've asked for truth, and this is what happened to me, and this is something that's magnificent to me. And so I'm trying to explain it started going on about, I don't know, 2-3 months ago. I gained a piece of revelation, and I have never shared it with anybody, and I'm not going to share it here, but it's about who you are and yourself, and the words to say, the attitude you need to carry to move forward in good blessings and things like that, how to make things happen. Okay, this pool table has got all these spheres. These are realities, and they're endless in all directions. Okay, that's and you're in the center one with the most light and the most contrast in it. Okay, so the center sphere of our reality is the one that we're in currently, but we're in all of them. But it's the choice that we're making to be You see what I'm saying? As you make a choice, you're transferring all this energy into every other possibility that's out there. It sounds kind of far-fetched, but this is exactly how it works. We're energy beings, eternal beings. We're soul of God is within us. The consciousness of God is upon us and within us. As we consent to that, we become part of all that is and know all that is. As God is omniscience and omnipotent, we become omniscience and omnipotent, but not in the manner that we can direct and create worlds as of yet. We have the ability to create. We have the ability to alter our reality from moment to moment. And that's the whole thing I'm getting to, the power of where you're thinking, okay? Are you doubting who you are? You know, that's the thing. Are you doubting where you came from? Oh, my mom and dad. No, it's not like that. These are borrowed bodies. You know, that's just part. That's part of the revelation I received. I already knew we were eternal beings before I got this revelation. My point is, we choose the body. And I chose this body. It's wonderful, and I'm borrowing it. But I can leave this body if I want to. I can choose to leave it, but in the God DNA within us, the desire to leave it will not be there. He will not. He likes expanding through us. God loves the process of expansion. It's his joy. It's his, they, her. You know, I'm gonna say God is they, because when Christ says, "Know ye not that ye are gods," well, there's a S on that. And he's looking and talking to everybody. Excuse me. But that's it, you know. We're in these spheres of reality. And we're the only one controlling it. Now, we may have our family, our spouses and family and friends, and everything that we're in reality. Other people, it's in their reality too. So it's co-meshing, but they also have all these choices and looks. They got, as you can picture it in your mind, you got balls that just they fade off in each direction. They're sharper here, and they get, as they go further on, they fade off because you're not to those potentials yet. But as you get closer down, whatever, they get brighter and brighter. Or if you go on to the left or dark, they're getting darker and lightness is fading. You see what I'm saying? So these realities and everything is working in the background, whether you know it or not, just by your desires. You're sending out these thoughts and this energy into the collective. And you don't need to be standing on a podium, you know, holding a mic to get the message out into the collective, because by thought is how it's all done. It's changed by thought. It's moved forward by all of it's by thought. And so once you get your thought mastered, you can be where I'm at. I'm out here in the middle of the sticks, the closest town's 20 miles away. Although I live in a small community of about 200 people, and it's a beautiful community. However, knowing who I am now and having learned who I am, I've been targeted, and they moved in all around the place, and I've been attacked, and they've been to the front of the house, and they have been you know, they've tried to get on my inner circle of trust. And you have to think that they are in your inner circle of trust so you can read them. Because you, as they borrow bodies too, you have access to what they're about. But you have to be tuned into who you are. And so this is how to get multidimensionality and to understanding the energy and power within our thought and everything that we're doing, okay? So think it, don't doubt it. You don't have to broadcast it to anybody. Broadcast it to yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror. Do some affirmations of who you are to where you get your foundation here, like I talked, well, here, where I talked about. I'm going to call this the foundation on the path of Christ. That doesn't mean you're going to be Christ, but he's an example. Jesus, the carpenter, was a man who walked on water, changed water to wine, is recorded, okay? I believe that. And I believe there's a lot he did not teach us. Oh, excuse me, it wasn't recorded. He taught, because they said if the things that he recorded if the things that he had done could be recorded, earth could not hold the books, or somewhere along. Well, Jesus has been working in other worlds too, and so all the things that he has done are just endless and eternal. And he, as a holy entity, divine being, came down and borrowed the body and was crucified for being perfect and disrupting the dark energy. Dark energy was here when the earth was created, and they understand how we work, okay? The light is the only way to break dark energy. That's it. So always remember to project light. Darkness flees in the presence of light, but your spheres of reality is what I'm trying to get you to understand, so you can understand there's no impossibilities in your reality. You may have to work to get there. It may be something that's going to happen way over here, or something like that. But you got to build foundations for wherever you're at each time, and be patient. Okay, being patient is where it's at. We're in new energy, and in the last 2-3 years, I'm going to say 3 years, since 2020, there's been a spiritual key flipped in the universe by the consciousness of God, and part of what our consciousness is. That was flipped. What that did, it opened up the greater power of advancing in manifestation energy and mental telepathy, things of that nature, things that we're not commonly accessing before. Okay, so these are new things available to us, and we'll still be in these bodies of flesh and bone and blood for now. But there's a change coming. These bodies are supposed to live more than, 90, 80, 90, 100 years. They're supposed to live hundreds and hundreds of years. And that's possible. Now, I'll explain that in another video, but you can change your health instantly by a decision and speaking the words and believe it. All right, but move forward and trust in your inner being self. Now, not everyone can get to that level yet. You may be here in a good person. You got to go to here to get you can't get this without having that. That's my point, okay? So remember, you gotta build your foundation one step at a time, but it can happen in an instant. You can talk way out there, and that'll put your guidance system on those spheres as you jump in your realities. Now, you won't move physically, but you'll jump timelines. I've jumped timelines. Let me just quickly cover that. My timeline, there's no Armageddon. Yeah, there's all sorts of things going on in the world, and that's the way it's supposed to be. But that's not my reality, even though it's the environment of where other people are, and they're in wars, and they're in terrible things, whatever it is. And I send light wherever I hear about things like that. I send light, and I send those which I send what God tells me to send. Send legions of light beings to break through the barriers of the dark ones. You say words like that, and it comes to pass. Does anyone come knocking on your door saying, what you said, I really meant it? No, but it goes into the collective. And I'm getting back to what I was in the beginning when I was talking about I was walking back there. As they know who you are. You don't need to be doing on a platform, okay? You give off a frequency and a vibration and a light, and they know who you are. Okay, but they can't force you to do anything. They can interfere in your life. They can give you obstacles, and all that's part of it. But if you stay focused on no anger, no doubt, no fear, these primary things, and knowing who you are by studying who you are. And you are a magnificent divine being of light with the full potential of God. Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you unless you allow it. Now, there's practicality in all these things I say, of course, and there's preparation as far as where your mindset is and what's going on, okay? So mindset, follow, Christ tried to set the foundation of who we are as sons and daughters of God. Okay, but we're a little more than that. We are God, but with the small g. Now, once we have mastered it as Christ has mastered it, on the other side, or in the next dimensions, as our spirit develops from the experiences and choices we make, we become enlightened even more. As the planet is exploding in light right now, it is really exploding in light. So be prepared for great changes coming here in 2023. 2024, we're going to see some, I'm going to say some bombs, not physical bombs. I'm going to say some society bombs. Things change, all right? 2024 is going to be the year, I think, it's going to be some change. That's not the end of it all. No, it's going to keep going. But there's going to be some significant governmental change then, okay? God bless everybody. May your families be blessed. May you be blessed. And doubt not. And don't be afraid of anything. God be with y'all. You are God.